podcast called No Limits, and what we do is expose and oppose big tobacco's manipulative marketing tactics. Does anyone know what big tobacco is?
A big company of tobacco?
Yeah, the tobacco industry. That's right. We do this, and we are all individuals, but we each have the power to do something great, and one, it can do more than you think. There's a lot of power in one person. So how can you make a difference? How do you think there'd be a way that one person can make a difference?
Write a letter to the corporation.
They're gonna read
That's a
it?
good one.
Yeah,
That's
they might.
awesome. That's a perfect example. Any other ideas? Like, what's a way that you can make a difference by yourself?
Don't do it.
Be a good role model.
Getting tough.
Yeah, yeah.
Sue them.
It's a great
Exactly.
idea.
Setting an example. Be a good role model.
In a social setting?
Social
tobacco-
go downtown, just be like anti-tobacco. Just make sure everything's equal.
spread the news. Those are all great ideas.
You guys got this. Also, in order to stand up to big tobacco, it's important to understand what's going on and know what's happening. What are some ways that you can find out about what's going on with big tobacco?
CNN.
Wait, what?
My parents love watch CNN all day.
CNN, nice. Yeah. Watch the news.
No one
What
knows.
else?
Go to their website.
Websites. Perfect.
Internet is a big thing.
Go to North Carolina.
So awesome.
You can attend events like the one you're at. This is an awesome way to start. Check out web resources. There's so many amazing websites out there that are exist solely for the purpose of helping you understand what big tobacco is all about and what you can do to stand up to them. Also, you can sign up for tobacco news articles that websites will send to you and that you can check out and help figure out what's going on. And then also, some websites even have an action call list where they watch out for opportunities that you can get involved with, and they'll send you an email letting you know what you can do to help out. Tobacco Free Kids, I know, has an action call list that you can sign up for, and they'll really help you to get involved.
You can protest us out of the corporation. That'll get a lot of publicity.
Yeah, that definitely gets a ton of publicity. Also, shout it out. Make sure you're telling people what's going on. Get technical. We have so many technology resources that young people today use. How many of you have a Facebook? Oh yeah, how many of you have a MySpace? Yeah, so many. we got more Facebook in here. So many people check these every day. What better way to spread the word all the time to the people who are your age and your friends?
Go to school.
Also, in school they're always assigning you these projects, so you've got a topic right here that's way important, and there's so much information that you can use. So it's just perfect opportunities for you to stand up to big tobacco and fulfill your project too. Also, pass on information. You're talking to people all day. Just have a conversation, include some information, and spread the word. Finally, be heard. You can contact your representatives in so many different ways. When I said representatives, what kind of people did you think of? Who represents you?
Senators.
President. There you go.
There's up to 2 million more.
Newly elected.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got a school board, a city council, senators, congressmen, and their job is to represent you and make sure your voice is heard. So you can take advantage of that and make sure that they get your message and make sure that they understand what you think. Also, there's so many publications around, popular magazines and newspapers, and it's very important that you let them know what their readers think and what you think about what they're publishing also.
One is powerful. Now we're going to talk about if you have one and you have another one, together you can be even more powerful. So think about how you can be powerful together as a group. A way that we use in No Limits is we use activism, which is just a fun way to get the word out of there and take action.
One awesome activism the method that we like to use is called magazine makeover. If you're reading a magazine and you find a tobacco advertisement that you really don't agree with, magazines have all those subscription cards, you know, that get in the way. So you can pull one of those out, put a sticker on, letting them know that you don't like their tobacco advertisements. And since a lot of those subscription cards are postage paid, just send in a subscription card with your message, letting them know that you don't like their manipulative advertising.
And there's also public places like salons and other places that have magazines. And you can ask permission and look through their magazines and find tobacco ads that you see the small warning there. No one's really going to read that. So you can have stickers and you can stick them on to show what a deadly and addictive product this is, and then it's not so glamorous as they say it is.
Also, how many of you have a favorite restaurant? Yeah? What's your favorite restaurant? Sweet, sweet. I don't know what that is.
You can get food, not much.
McDonald's.
If your favorite restaurant is smoke-free, then you can get one of their comment cards and write them a note or put on a sticker letting them know that you really appreciate the clean air. If it's not smoke-free, that's kind of gross in your restaurant.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
legally.
awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty big.
Awesome. That's
In
great.
Nebraska, they just recently passed a law, or they're going to in June 1st, 2009, where the public places are no longer to be
It's so
smoking.
nice. You go places like I went to North Carolina to a Waffle House and it's like 7 in the morning and it's total smoke and you're like,
It's so awesome to have clean air because it's a human right, so we want it. It's a great way just to be able to have that right of smoke-free air.
Yeah, yeah. So then,
Display your message. This is another great way. You can get a t-shirt and you can make your own t-shirt with a message and show it to people. Like, or you can see our t-shirts. Do you see what they say?
I'm me.
Okay, it says, I'm ready. So it's kind of like we get a lot of questions on it.
Oh,
It triggers
ready?
conversation.
It's just red.
Because once they like figure out, it's just a nice way to like get people talking to you, and then you can like talk to them about your message. Also, another thing you can do is get a group of people together and spell out the message with your shirts. Like for No Limits, a couple years ago, we went to the College World Series baseball games, and we spelled out "Tobacco Killed the Babe." And also, like when like you leave the group and you're just walking around with like a letter, people are like, "What's that?" You know. So you can like it's another way to trigger conversation.
You can also hang up posters. There, like schools and libraries, there's many public places where you can get permission and just put on a few facts about the tobacco company or the tobacco and slap it on there so people can read it and see, you know, oh my goodness, that's what it is, and they don't know that. There's a lot of resources that you can just put out there for people to see so they understand and get your message out.
Power one is more than you think.
So right now, we're going to do an activity about what you can do as a group and as a person, as an individual, what you can do to get your message out.
We've had kind of a chance to share some of just a couple of the activism activities we've done in Nebraska. And as you can see, they're very simple, inexpensive to do, and none of those things that we just talked about take more than 20 minutes to put together or something. So, but what we want to do is give you guys the opportunity to talk with people who might not be in your group, from your same group, and share some different ideas on activism that you guys can do. And then maybe even talk about how you guys can collaborate with people from different youth groups or different communities. Because like we've talked about in this presentation, one person can have a big impact. But if you take that and you look at what 2 people can do, that impact grows. And if you take that and you say you have that group of 2 people in with one organization, you get another group of 2 people from a different organization, you're both working to the same cause, that impact grows again. And if you think about that and you go one community and you partner up with another community in your state, that impact grows yet again. And your message gets a lot more power behind it. So we want to take the next 10 minutes or so and get with people that you don't know, people from a different group, a different town, and talk about some of the different activism, either things you've done, ideas you've seen, new ideas that you might have, issues that you're concerned about, and then we're going to come back together as a group and kind of share those too. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, so everyone needs to stand up, grab your pen and notebook with you, and switch tables so you're at a table with new faces.